Hi Soul Family, how are you? We are not using the singing bowl today because I've got my work line on, and I actually started recording and we got bumped. So I took it was a chat. And it was good actually because it was kind of like a warm up for me. I get messages as well when I do readings, right? It gives me things to think about. So I chose 2 decks, and the decks I chose are the Spirit Animal deck by Colette Baron-Reid. This I got when I was in Sedona the last time. Everyone waited a long time for this deck, and it's a beautiful box, beautiful setup. And the other one I chose was the Saints and Angels, which is interesting because that's not what I thought I was choosing. I thought that I was choosing to work with the Divine Circus Oracle, but yesterday I thought I was working with the Shapeshifters, so I don't know until I get here. So what we're using instead of the singing bowl is I lit this beautiful incense. I'm not sure, I think this is the wolf spirit incense, which is great since we're working with the spirit animals. And it feels great. So my intention is cleansing and clarity on this whole reading. And the items that you get to choose from today, one is the Forget-Me-Not. My grandmother and my mom, my grandmother had Forget-Me-Nots, and they were a big deal to me, and I have them in my ring. Clearly the message is, forget me not, right? So those, I got these at Feed My People, which is a giant a thrift store type of situation in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Kind of like when I go to the Goodwill in Sedona, and it's funny because why do I go there? I like Feed My People because all the proceeds go to help the homeless, and so at the Goodwill it's to help ones that are disabled, right? And but it's more than that. I had antique stores when I was in Canada, and that was my business, and I have always, garage sales and thrift stores and treasure hunting. It's fun for me. It doesn't matter how much money I have or don't have. There's always some fantastic little treasure. Most of my things I find are other people's cast-offs. What is a treasure to another is a cast-off to one. And as a matter of fact, the next item that you're going to choose from is this watch. I found this watch when I was bike riding. It was on the dirt, and I thought, gosh, what do I do with this watch? Like, if it was an expensive watch, I'd put an ad. I don't know if there's a lost and found, but there was nobody around, and it doesn't work. But I like it. It's cool. It's not real leather. It's a fake leather band, but it's cool. And it's like it was lying flat on the path in front of me. So time is on the path in front of me. Time has stopped on a certain path. Time has stopped on a certain path. It's interesting. It's got one of those. It's not a twist one, so it's an imitation of a very expensive watch, I think. So that has stopped. The imitation of a very expensive timepiece has fallen off, has fallen away. I like that message. I just think it's neat looking. I never pay attention to time. I except for it feels like, I got to get going, but I never know what time it is, what day it is. Time is, it's not real anyway, and I think we have to get away from having things be so much on a time schedule, because it's frustrating and it's upsetting. Ooh, I just got a total clench in my throat about that. It hurts, the song right now. It's been a long day since I've seen you, my friend, right? So time for someone has ended. I do get that message as well, that there has been a death, or will soon, very, very soon be a death. But I feel it has already happened. And I don't predict death, so it's something that you would already know. I asked a question this morning, and the message, I'm getting very emotional, I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm channeling. And if you've had a loss, my heart breaks for you, clearly, because I feel it. This song is talking about 2 partners, right? Buddies, loved each other, friends. It also talks about 2 people that have been together and have been friends. They sorry. Remember me when I'm gone. Forget me not. Forget me not. Remember me when I'm gone. How can everything I can't even get the words out. I'm sorry. Let the light guide you home. Hold every memory as it goes. Every road you take will always lead you home. I was on a trail, I was on a path. And it's a man's watch, a very masculine looking man's watch. It's been a long day without you, my friend. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. So the song could be talking to you, as I said, about someone who has passed, because that's the story of two friends, right? And one was taken away far too early. It's a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Damn, who knew all the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right there talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up. Look at things different. See the bigger picture. Those were the days. Hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How could we not talk about family when family's all we've got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you're going to be with me for the last ride. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. You know, as we started, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. First you go out your way, and the vibe is feeling strong. And that's when small turns to a friendship, and a friendship turns to a bond. And that bond will never be broken. That love will never get lost. And that love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, that line will never be crossed. Established it on our own. Established it when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reached. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family is all that we've got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you're going to be with me for the last ride. So let the light guide your way. Hold every memory as you go. Forget me not. And every road you take will always lead you home. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we've been. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Oh, God. I know what this watch represents to me and who it represents and who I've never forgotten. I can't wait until I see that person again. And for you that has lost someone, I asked a question about somebody in my life. God. I said, where are they? What's going on with them? And right then a white butterfly flew by. God, I hope this wasn't the twist in my tail I wasn't expecting. Because the first message from a white butterfly, it symbolizes the soul of a departed loved one. This watch fell on the path. Forget me not, they will never be forgotten. The song also talks about people who they knew what it was between them, but they knew things weren't going to work the way it was at the time, and they had to take separate paths. And when they come back together, it's been a long day since I've seen you, my friend. And we'll tell each other about it when we come together again. There's that as well. Because when you see a white butterfly, it's a promise of good fortune. It's also a symbol of change, spiritual change. So it could be a symbolic death of the way things were and the rebirth and the transformation of another. Because it is considered something positive, especially when you set it free. So to me, I know that I'm seeing someone that I saw as the butterfly in my dreams. And they've been set free. And that was a message for them to say, I will never forget you, so forget me not. Don't be blue. Be true. A major transformation is taking place in your life right now, with the outcome being different than you expected. As I said, I hope the one that I've been hoping to see again
hasn't gone into spirit. I don't know. But you're being told by the butterfly, whoever it is in your life, to unquestionably embrace what's being offered to you. Yesterday we had an offer that was coming, and Spirit said, don't allow fear to stop you this time. Embrace it. Accept the changes that are happening in your life. That's what the butterfly is telling you. I have a statue I was given from a Facebook friend of a beautiful Indian maiden, and she's setting free a butterfly. And they're telling you to get ready for big change. I'm surprised I didn't see a little squirrel run in front of me, because that's what the squirrel represents as well. So if we are to embrace our change, even though it's difficult, this transformation that's happening in our life, transformation and change isn't always easy. Sometimes it's what you wanted, sometimes you're excited about it, but change is always difficult. So you're being asked not to sweat the small stuff and be joyful and be grateful for the blessings that you have in your life at this moment. And understand that it's our responsibility to make our way in life, right? Accept the changes as they come and emerge from that chrysalis, that place of stasis, that place where we were transforming inside our soul, and allow it to come out as it's meant to be. Wow, I had no idea. I didn't expect this to happen. I had no idea. I don't know why I'm drawn to choose the items that I am. And Spirit clearly dropped this in my path for a reason, right? I thought it was about time, but it wasn't. It's about time to see somebody again, or it's about that time, right? It's time is now. Remember the message yesterday was the time to act is now. Don't wait any longer. You've been procrastinating. You've been using different tactics. Oh, I have to take care of this family member or this friend, or I've got to get this work thing done, or I've got to get the house ready, or I've got to do whatever you've been doing, right? I have responsibilities with this. No, but Spirit says you've been using those as a tactic to delay, and the time is now, right? Because it's on your path. The time to go is now. And maybe if you have to move on from something, don't forget that, but it's time to move forward. So the massive transformation and asking you to embrace this, whether this is a change in your environment, your physical body, your emotional situation, don't try to control it. You can't control it. Change. It's reminding you that we're all on this journey, on this path, just like the song said, right? And there's shifts and turns, and ultimately our soul goes where it's meant to go, but we are meant to stay on this path and move forward at this time. Song right now is talking about a man who's got so much money, but he doesn't know who to trust. You know, it's hard to trust when I've got money by the bolo. I don't know if you guys know this guy, but he doesn't know who to trust. You know, are you there with me because of what I have? Are you there with me because you're my friend and you're down for the ride? Like that person. It's been a long day since I've seen you, my friend. That person's a loyal friend, right? That was a ride or die friend. And I'm sorry if they're gone. But hopefully there's somebody coming into your life, or maybe you're coming back into somebody's life. It is Mercury retrograde, and we do run into people from the past. Sometimes what we're running into is memories and having to deal with it. And maybe you've lost somebody, and that's what stopped you from moving forward, because you've been in that difficult place. Yesterday it was Alice in the pool of tears, right? Our own tears. So the other items that we're going to choose from are, I asked, are the Dragonfly lights. The Dragonfly talks about, Dragonfly is an animal of the water and of the air. So it's about being able to fly, you know, low above your emotional waters. It's also about paying attention to your dreams. It's also about understanding that your dreams are sound and valid, and you deserve to see them fulfilled. So hold on to your dreams. That dragonfly is blue, calm, peaceful, but maybe has been sad, right? And there's been a major change in their life, and it's probably been very difficult. And this person is saying, I don't know who to trust. So you go where there's love, where there's compassion, where there's forgiveness, where there's understanding, friendship, true friendship. And sometimes you don't know who to trust. Who is my true friend? Well, the ones that are there for you when you're down, the ones that are excited for you when you win, the ones that don't talk shit behind your back, the ones that stand loyal to you even when other people try and dissuade them to believe a different version of the reality. You know who your friends are if you can feel them inside. Feel how you feel when you're in their energy. Do you feel calm and peaceful? Do you feel comfortable, like you've slipped in a comfy pair of jeans or a pair of comfy shoes? That's how you should feel when you're with a true blue friend, right? So we've got the forget-me-not, we've got the dragonfly lights, we have the watch, and I picked up this morning my little puffin. I'll wet it so you can see again the puffin. Can you see him? This is an amazing stone. I love him. I love him. I love the puffin. I love the puffin. The puffin lives on the corner of romance. On the corner. So, those are your items, and we're going to start with the spirit animal deck. Correct for neutrality on all levels. We'll start with those who chose the dragonfly lights. Is it too late to tell you? Everything means nothing if I can't have you. I'm in Toronto, somebody says. Okay. Today is all about self-love. I'm wearing rose. I like this. I like this real sensible, smart, kind of masculine looking watch with this very frilly, pretty bracelet with it. I like the contrast. I'm a very strong, determined personality, but I'm extremely emotional, as you can understand and you can see. I like the mix together, right? It speaks, and this is that beautiful bracelet that I was given when I was at the nail salon. They gave it to me, and it's got a beautiful little dragonfly hanging right from it, right next to the symbol that says friendship. So my dragonfly is my best friend. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the dragonfly lights, and clearly I did. Is it too late to tell you? Never too late, right? It's never too late. So the animal messenger that came up feels very like I've got more than one here. My, these are heavy cards. I do have more than one. Wow. I've got the electric eel. Bring your ideas to life. And I've got the coyote spirit that slipped right in there and I didn't see it. Trust in divine detours. I like that. I said my trip back to Wisconsin, everywhere we went, my life has been one big freaking detour. And I said to Uncle Phil, my gosh, it's one detour after another. And right now we're in Mercury retrograde. Actually, there's 6 planets in retrograde right now. And so there's gonna be detours. So I said to Uncle Phil, you know what? When and I talked to you guys about when I went to, I wanted to go to the Santa Margarita River Trail to go hiking that day, and it was detoured. And I thought, oh. And then I thought, well, there's a reason. Let's see what we can find. Remember, I said I always take the back roads. Detours, you find really cool stuff. So trust in divine detours. I like that. The number for the electric eel is 24. So 2 and 4 is 2 is everything is happening as it's meant to happen, even though it doesn't feel like that sometimes, right? That's not my plan. That wasn't what I planned, but it's what your soul planned, or it's what spirit designed for you to be experiencing something wonderful. And the number 4 says don't worry about it because you've got angels all around you, completely guiding, protecting you, and loving you. 4 is also the number of stability and home and hearth and comfortability, you know, stable on all 4 corners on the ground. So when the eel shows up, look at the colors. First of all, the color I love, it's turquoise. That's my soul color. And this shows up out of nowhere because if it's an electric eel, you're gonna get a jolt, right? Ooh, ow! Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish? Well, an electric eel is gonna wake you up to something that you need to explore. A big idea. Ooh, we said yesterday something was coming. Remember? Epiphanies, the aha moments. It's about transformation, a profound transformation. Well, what I saw was a white butterfly, and there was a profound transformation that was taking place. Something you weren't expecting. That's an aha moment. That's an epiphany. That's a wow. You're on a new path. Spirit says, don't be afraid to act. Remember yesterday, it was time to act was now. That was the title of the reading. So right now, there's going to be revelations that come to light, and you're meant to experience them. And it's going to be like, wow.
Don't be afraid. Explore. Don't fear the changes, because there's positive energy coming with this. Spirit says what's coming with this is love, success, and abundance. And this is a beautiful time. You know, aha moments that just all of a sudden, I love that. When all of a sudden the lights go on and you get it, right? All of a sudden. So it's a beautiful message for this one. And the coyote, I love the coyote. I love the coyote. I look at these two on my desk and I wonder, is this a wolf or is this a coyote? I can't quite tell what I've got, because I know that's the fox behind there. Are you the wolf or are you the coyote? I heard that you're the wolf. But the coyote is also the Heoka, the trickster, right? And the Heoka trickster, the coyote, is one that your soul tricks you into doing something that you were meant to do all along. And it's what your soul wanted to do. You may think you're going on a detour, right? Oh my God, that wasn't what I planned. But your higher self knew what the plan was. And maybe you kind of got off your path. So right now, maybe you're being led down a strange road. I like that road. I told you guys, I love the road less traveled. It's my favorite one. But it could be that it's not a cool road that you're traveling down. It could be that I'm going down a different path, that I thought I was going in this direction. I thought this was my plan all along. My plan for my life was this. And now all of a sudden that's not happening. Spirit says this is divinely inspired. This is divinely guided. This detour. I chose this. So I got to roll with this too, right? This is my message. So the next right action or the next right choice or the next fabulous relationship that unexpectedly is the exact opposite of what you thought it was going to be, or maybe the relationship that you thought you were going to have just disappeared. Poof, it's gone. I said, where is this person? What's going on? And I saw a white butterfly. White butterfly says departed, right? Something that's departed, or a massive or a death of the old of some situation. So this energy is designed specifically by the Heoka, this beautiful trickster, to deliver you exactly on the path you're meant to go. The number is 1 and 6. So if you're concerned or you're worried or whatever you're thinking, remove your stinking thinking. Okay, Sherry, you're thinking something really morbid. Is that what you want to see happen? Is that what you want to create? No. Is that what you were shown before? No. Let go of that thought. Elevate your thoughts. It's the opposite. It's the other. It's the other. It's a metaphorical death of the old way of being. Then the number 6 says, see, you're focusing on material now, not so much the physical, right? You're focusing on material. And also 6 says victory. It's a symbol of victory. And 6 is nostalgia and memories and people coming back from the past. And when you put 1 and 6 together, you get 7, which says if you stay on your spiritually illuminated path, it will exceed your expectations. So maybe there's a lesson that you forgot to learn. Maybe there's something that you need to experience, such as failure. Maybe something needs to fail before you experience success. Maybe you need to feel disappointment, or maybe you have needed that, and that's what needed to happen before you can experience this incredible joy and the prosperity that is coming. Something amazing is coming. You might have thought, oh shiz, that went sideways, but something amazing is happening. Maybe there's something, a pattern. I got this earlier this morning. What pattern are you living in? Are you revisiting? Are you in a pattern of codependency? Are you in a pattern of being the fixer, being the saver? Are you in the pattern of accepting back because into your life what was, without having learned the lesson and realizing what needs to change? Are you forgetting what wasn't in alignment? Are you remembering that we are co-creators with the divine and we need to follow their lead as well? It's also about when things go sideways, you gotta laugh because otherwise you're gonna cry. And I would rather laugh than cry. That's what I said to Uncle Phil. Man, the way things are going, I mean, you gotta laugh. I mean, this is nuts, right? So it's kind of like when you get the message about the jokester, the Joker. It's kind of like Joker's Wild, you know, and if you are someone who has to plan things out or know where things are going, you're going to go nuts because you can't control this. That's what's going on. Song right now, so you're a tough guy. This song is a, I don't like this song. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. lyrics. Listen to this song. It's got a really catchy tune, right? I'm a bad guy. Lyrics. What the heck's that chick's name? There we are. Billie Eilish. Okay. There's a message that's coming up because remember the pattern that you haven't broken? Why? Can I just see the lyrics, please? How interesting what I just got. Billie Eilish is near Quail Valley. I live right outside, right inside the gates of Canyon Lake, and right outside my gate is Quail Valley. This bad guy is right outside the gates of my place. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. Lyrics. Wonder why they won't give me the lyrics. Even though we know we're both liars, someone says. Okay. White shirt, now red. My bloody nose. Sleeping, you're on your tippy toes. Creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal? Bruises on my both knees for you. Don't say thank you or please. I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul, so cynical. So you're a tough guy. Like it really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy. Chest always so puffed guy. I'm that bad guy. Make your mama sad type. Make your girlfriend mad type. Might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. I like it when you take control, even if you know that you don't. Own me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal. My mommy likes to sing along with me, but she won't sing this song. If she reads all the lyrics, she'll pity the men I know. So you're a tough guy, like it really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy. Chest always so puffed guy. I'm that bad guy. Make your mama sad type. Might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. I like being a bad guy. I like when you get mad. I guess I'm pretty glad that you're alone. You said she's scared of me? I mean, I don't see what she sees, but maybe that's because I'm wearing your cologne. I'm a bad guy. This sounds like somebody that I wouldn't want near me with a 10-foot pole, right? This is a girl that's a user that is disgusting, putrid energy. Is this a pattern that you need to remove? That energy is outside of my gates, right outside the gates where I live. No thanks. This bad guy, is this a pattern that you need to remember wasn't in line with your purpose in your life? The reason that you came here? This is about keeping you awake. Again, the unexpected turns, you gotta laugh at them. Don't fight them. And when you're on a detour, wondering when you're gonna get back on track, remember, Spirit has the best in plan for you. Remember the electric eel, the aha moment, the epiphany, suddenly all of a sudden everything makes sense? So trust in divine order. Spirit is bringing this coyote forward to help you. This is the Heyoka. This is a very beautiful energy. And no matter what seems to go sideways, things are exactly as they're meant to be, as was brought out with the number 2. But what's funny I just got was, what I heard in my head is things are exactly as they were meant to be, which was brought out by the number 23. Yesterday we got the number 23. And I said, Archangel Michael Jordan says it's time for a slam dunk, right? 23, 2 and 3 is 5, significant change. Everything is the way it's meant to be, says the number 23. The change that you're going through is meant to happen. Wow, that was freaking cool. I like that a lot. All right, so for those who chose the black watch, this very strong masculine watch, I freaking love this watch. I like it. It's funny, I've always worn watches and never looked at the time. I just like the way they look. So is that something, that's interesting. That's interesting. You're gonna stand there and hear me cry. I love the way you lie. Lie, 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 lie. Two people that go back and forth, you know? A watch that looks good that doesn't work. I don't want a watch that looks good that doesn't work. Isn't that interesting? I think it's cool to wear as a fashion statement, but not in my life. I don't want something that looks good but doesn't work. Get that message.
Is there someone that looks great in your life, but they don't work? They don't work with you either, or they just don't work, right? They don't work. They're living off of you. The bad guy living off of you just don't work. Looks cool, but doesn't work. No thanks. Not interested in that. Next. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I work hard, right? I work hard. I'm not going to be owned by somebody who doesn't work. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the plastic imitation watch. Wow. Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? The number's 41. It might mean something for you. Is there somebody that's 41 in your life? Also, again, the number 4 says that there are angels around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. There's no reason for fear. And 1 is asking you to keep your thoughts positive. And this little nightingale has been crowned. This little nightingale is either a queen or a king. And they're singing. They're singing. Right now, I'm singing. So this is a queen. And there's music notes coming out of that little horn there. There's a message being spoken. That was did I say that with a white butterfly? That also means a message is coming. So love is all around. Yahoo! That works, right? So they sing at nighttime. They sing love. It's interesting because what I have all around me are the barn swallows, which are the harbingers of hope. But this one sings at night, and this is the harbinger of love and hope. The harbinger of dawn, the dawning of a new day, right? That's what this is. This is to remind you that you will rise. Oh, I love. You fell on the path, right? You fell. Maybe you fell for something that was cheap and plastic, and you fell on your path. But this is a symbol that you will rise again, and that's what I just watched happen. I asked what's going on with this one. And there's been a metaphorical death, and they are now rising again. If you don't feel like you're in this place, this is what's happening at this moment. This is the transformation. You are very, very loved. And Spirit wants you to understand that. Self-awareness is important right now, and understand that we are singing your love song. I'm looking at these flowers. They're brass bells, but they look like moonflowers, and there's 2 of them. Moonflowers come out at night, and they smell brilliant. They smell like heaven. During the day, the plant is a very bitter smelling, very strong odor, which is it takes a getting used to. At first I thought, ooh, I don't like the smell of that, but now I don't feel that way about it. Now I feel like it's just a very strong, earthy scent. I like that. That's like a very grounded, earthy feeling. And maybe that strength scared you at first, right? Ooh, it repulsed, it pushed you back. But then you realize that at nighttime, when your subconscious mind takes over and you're connecting in your dream time, and you're realizing that this harbinger of love and hope is singing a beautiful song, and the sweetness is what you're connecting to, maybe in your dreams or at night, because this is talking about awareness of connection, awareness of light. That yes, there's shadow and darkness, but there's beauty and love and promise. This is a harbinger of happiness and hope and love. So this is also all around you. So I was talking, I shared something yesterday on my Facebook page about, it was a butterfly. Oh my goodness. And I said that I was the butterfly in this instance. And let me show you. It's literally a picture of the cosmos. And it's in the shape of a butterfly. And I talked about when I was in Sedona at night. I've walked in Sedona. And there's a light ordinance. You're not allowed to have artificial light. And it's black. In order for you to be really in that spiritual place, in that Mecca, and really connect to the stars. And I literally saw the Milky Way above me. I didn't know that it was physically possible to watch that with your human eyes like that. I was blown away. It was amazing. I've got a lot of really cool things on my page, so it's taking a while. So here it is. It's called the Butterfly Nebula. Oh my God, I was the Nebula Warrior, and I said, and I'm the butterfly. So that's funny. I'm looking at myself. So I got the Nebula Warrior for myself, and I've been shown myself as a butterfly. So this, for me to see that, was a showstopper for me. And that is The Planet Today by The Planet Nebula by NASA. Isn't that beautiful? The butterfly, the nebula. And look at the colors, purple and orange and red, which is spirituality and groundedness and passion and solar plexus energy, self-worth and sacral chakra creativity. That's an explosion. I did want to do the Divine Circus Oracle, and I bet anything we would have gotten that card. I should probably do it for the next message, because we probably would. So love is all around. There's something beautiful, beautiful abounding for you. So feel it. Remind you that love is there. Trust in tomorrow bringing you to the right places. And whatever emptiness is inside of you, maybe that thing that happens, or whatever's about to happen, the detour, or maybe it already has happened, recognize that this is your promise. This is what's coming for you. And illumination is going to happen very soon. I love that, because this is the one that sings at night, right? And it's speaking of the new dawn coming. And the dawn is when the sun rises up and everything's illuminated, and you understand why this happened, why you went through this, where you're going, and oh my God, there we go. It's time to roll, right? Embrace a new adventure. I love this. This is amazing. All right, I'm going to go to the Divine Circus Oracle for the Puffin. For the Puffin. Song right now, hey look Ma, I made it. Right? It tells the story of someone who wanted fame, who wanted success, and they got all caught up in the wrong crowd, and they started doing drugs, and people took advantage of them. They were sleeping with all these people, and they got beat up, and they got taken for everything, and then they realized it was, they looked themselves in the mirror and thought, what the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? This isn't my life. I fell off my path. Remember? I fell on my path. But I got myself back, because at the end of the song, they cleaned their act up and they did their thing. Death shall not take them. Whatever you thought was over, whatever you thought was completed, death shall not take that. And just like that person, the white butterfly that rose, and I thought, where are you? Death shall not take that. At the end of the song, the guy cleaned up his act and did his work, and he did it. He was doing what he did before, but he did it in a legal way. He did it in a way that made himself proud, and he's saying, look Ma, I made it. Maybe Ma's not there to see it, but he's saying, look Mom, I made it. I made it. And now I'm doing it without drugs. I'm doing it without sleeping my way to the top, or sleeping with the wrong people, or hanging with the wrong crowd. I'm doing it without compromising my integrity and my standards and my path. I'm doing what I knew how to do, but I'm doing it the right way. And you know what? Maybe your success is not going to be as large as you thought it was going to be in that way. It's going to be large in a different way. I did get a message yesterday as I was riding my bike that you're about to go off on your own. You will break away from a company. You will start your own, and it's going to be bigger and better. And if you haven't already done that, know that that's what's happening when you've had this detour. For those who chose the Puffin, and I certainly did, I love the Puffin. Sweetheart. This is somebody who's been emotionally abused and battered. Could be physically abused and battered. I resonate with this. I've had both. And yet there's ladybugs flying by. And Ladybug says your wishes are going to be fulfilled. And Spirit is promising you a much sweeter road. Because the time of abuse and abusive relationships and negative manipulative energy is going away from you. I like that. When you vibrate at a very, very high frequency, you repel negative energy. So no matter what we're going through, we have to do whatever we need to do in order to keep our vibration high, vibrating high. Somebody said this morning, I was listening to something, and an Aries reading popped up, and I listened to her. I normally like the way this person reads, because she doesn't work with Zodiac. She's very intuitive. She works with animal cards. I like that. And so I listen to the way she... I like to listen to the way she reads, because of the way she connects with the animal messengers, and she does it a little bit differently sometimes than I do, and I like that. And so I listened to her this morning, and she was talking about Aries, and of course you can't blanket Aries people, you just can't. And so some people are this way and some people are not. But she said something that I was told my whole life, and it ticked me off, and I said, we're done, I'm not listening to this, and I shut it off. It said that Aries, your frequency, your energy is so high that it is going to repel
the hummingbird that you're trying to draw towards you. And I said, wrong. Because if my energy is too high, if my energy feels too intense, that butterfly that I am will repel the hummingbird that's not meant to be for me. That's not meant to be for me then. There's nothing wrong with my energy. I vibrate at a very high frequency. I have intense passion, intense energy. We all can learn how to hold back our energy and or channel it in proper ways. I agree with that. But don't ever tell somebody that you're to this or you're to that. Now, if you come at somebody and you're aggressive or you're needy or you're clingy, I can't stand people that cling to me. I can't stand it. Needy people, I can't, because I'm a doer. I do my own, right? I don't want someone clinging to me. I don't want somebody inhibiting my freedom. I like to be free. You don't hold on to a butterfly, right? You let them go. They'll come to you. They'll come sit on your shoulder, but don't try and pull them back and don't try and hold them there. And if I work how hard I work to lift my vibration so that I'm vibrating at extremely high velocity, my frequency and my energy is intense, I said, you either like me or you don't like me. And if you're meant to be in my crew, you'll vibrate with my frequency. If not, you'll vibrate out of my frequency. And that happens. So sometimes, that song says, remember that song, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It's actually talking about somebody who's drunk. I'm not where, hello, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I like that you're missing me, 'cause it makes me feel young. Hello, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I like that you're missing me, 'cause it makes me feel young. No, sorry, you're an energy vampire. And if you're not where you're supposed to be, the next line was very true. I'm vibrating right out of your frequency. So don't go chasing it. Because if somebody or a situation vibrates out of your frequency, it's protection for you. Okay? So this situation, there's been a lot of abuse, emotional, physical, mental. There's been manipulation. There's violence in this person. There could be violence in their own mind. They could be doing this to themselves, and they need to stop. Remember Alice in the Sea of Tears. It's time for less pain. It's time for softness and gentleness. Now, vibrating in a very intense frequency. Whoa, like calm down. You need to calm down. So it's about relaxing. Now, at high frequency, you could be like jumping, bouncing all off the walls. I get that. I can do that when I'm not in the right energy. It might come across that way. But when I'm with the right people, it doesn't feel that way. It's exciting, it's fun, it's lighthearted, right? When I'm in an energy that doesn't work with mine, it feels frenetic. So it's because you're not in the right energy, right? I'll give you an example. My spiritual twin is a water sign and very calm, peaceful energy. And my frequency is very high. But when I get with him, my energy calms down, and I think his energy rises. We balance each other. The water and fire balance. So sometimes what you think shouldn't come together fits well together, and sometimes what looks good on the surface just doesn't fly, right? So right now, don't be spending time judging yourself or shaming yourself, or like that person this morning. When I heard that, I thought, no, I'm turning that off. I'm not listening to that. There's nothing wrong with my energy. My energy is perfectly vibrating at a perfectly fine level. I'm feeling positive, I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, I'm excited, I'm ready to move forward, I'm helpful, right? I'm loving, I'm forgiving. No, there's nothing wrong with my frequency. You're reading me wrong, right? So I'm not going to judge myself. I'm not going to be shamed by anyone else. And neither should you. It could be the opposite. Maybe someone thinks that you're to this or you're not enough of that. Maybe you're not for them. That just shows you that you're not supposed to be there. It doesn't work for you, right? So why are you staying there? So right now, this is about these bruises that are, this one you can see bruises on her body, on her shoulders, on her lip. I've literally been battered this way. And I didn't allow it. I fought, so I was really covered in bruises. But there's the worse than that is the emotional bruising and battering inside that other people can't see. You could look like perfectly happy and content on the outside, and on the inside, you're in so much pain because of the way you have been treated, the way you have been spoken to, the way you have been ignored, the way you have been disrespected, the way that you have been judged and shamed and ridiculed and put down. That's abuse. So, are you doing this to yourself? Stop it. Stop it. Look in the mirror and say, I love myself. This little puffin, I said they live on the corner of romance. It's time to romance. Bring more romance into your life. It's not about stuff. It's not about position. It's not about status. It's about love. Love is the most important thing, and you need to start with you. Loving you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm with you. I support you. I'm ready for you. Right? So, right now, let go of the violence. Let go of the anger. Let go of the judgment. And accept the gift that Spirit wants to bring to you. I have it interesting. What I have sitting here is, I've got the puffin sitting here, and right next to it, I have an intention stone. It's of the lightest color. It's such a beautiful stone. I found this when I was walking on the beach in a little town called Algoma in Wisconsin. This town that I loved. This little beachside town. Oh, the hummingbird just flew up. Hello. It flew away really quick. And on the beach, they had a bunch of coyotes on the beach. Heyoka tricksters, right? They were to keep the seagulls, not the seagulls, the Canadian geese from, polluting the ground. And this was one of the stones I was gonna choose today for our reading, but I had enough items, and this is an intention stone. Other people may call them worry stones because they're perfectly smooth, and when they feel stressed out, they rub them, right? But I don't like to put the emphasis on worry. I would put the emphasis on intention. What is my intention? Romance, love, happiness, peace, fun, excitement, higher elevation energy, higher elevation people. Ooh, higher elevation. When the great wave comes, go to the mountain, right? Mountains are calling to me. Higher elevation. Sedona's a higher elevation than where I am. We're at just over 1,000 feet where I'm at here, and Sedona is about 4,000. Higher elevation, but elevating spiritually as well. When the great wave comes, great wave of emotion, you go to the mountain. The mountain is spirit. The mountain is support. The mountain is maybe necessarily for you the mountains, because to me, someone asked me yesterday, "Are you planning on moving? You're looking at motorhomes," and I said, "Or do you want to travel?" And I said both. I know I need to move and I want to travel. Where do you want to go? The person asked. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? That's funny. Sounds like, and I said, somewhere I can climb to a higher elevation. So you want to be outdoors? And I said, yes. Not in a tent, but I want nature close to me. Sounds like a good idea. What kind of nature setting is your favorite? Mountains, lakes, or meadows? And I said, all of the above, as long as there's water and trees, and it's not sub-zero 8 months out of the year, and 110 in the summer, or humid. And the person said, yes, a climate with trees and hospitable temps. Nature was my very first love. I moved to the trees and mountains when I was 19. Never looked back or regretted a day since. Well, I love the mountains. That's where I keep being pulled, is the trees and the mountains. So, where is it for you? A place where you feel calm and at peace. What is your intention? Your intention is for a more peaceful road, right? And that's what Spirit's promising at this time. But first you have to let go of the thoughts in your head that are shaming and judging yourself. Are you around or near or involved in an abusive, toxic relationship? Because this is the time where this is an overhaul, right? This is time to end one or all of them, if that's what they are all around you. It's time for them to go. Something's ending. That's what I'm getting, right? Endings. And even though the people say that they love you, you feel emotionally battered and bruised. You don't feel peaceful, calm, energized, excited, happy. You don't feel that way. That's not love. And it doesn't matter if on the outside, other people can't see that. You may be in a beautiful home. You may be in a beautiful surroundings. You may have a very high-paying job. You may be in a really good status, and you may be other people may envy what you have. But you're not in an arena that is free of toxicity. So people may look at you and think you're complaining, or it's not true what's going on. Look at what you have. It's not about what you have. Look where you live. It's not about where you live. I live in a beautiful spot too, but I know I need to go, right? Something more conducive with my lifestyle. So Spirit says right now, you're not going to be able to even get a bite of what your soul is longing for if you're still holding on to these 6 sugary sweet treats that don't fill you, that don't fill your soul. Let go of the little treats that don't fill you. Create the space. Allow yourself to get hungry for what's good for your body. You know, I started overhauling what I was eating, being very careful with what I was eating, and you know, I'm on this bike riding regime because myself, I want to get my body in better shape. I want to start feeling a little, I was feeling tired and sluggish, and no one feels good when you got weight on you. It doesn't feel good. So my body is going through like a transformation too about what I'm eating, and I'm hungry, but I'm eating vegetables and fruit, and I'm finding that I'm still hungry. But it's because I'm not filling my body with lard and dough and things that aren't nourishing my body. My body wants fuel, and it's like Willow, my cat. She eats a little bit all day long. I give her like a quarter spoonful of food all day long, and she's showing me that's what you need to do. Eat a little bit all day long. Don't gorge yourself and then not fill yourself up, right? Your body is not working well here, and it has to do with spirituality as well. Allow yourself to get hungry for what's good for you, because Spirit wants you to treat you the way you deserve to be treated, but you have to say yes first. I say yes. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose, what did we have? We had the Dragonfly lights, we had the watch, we had the puffin, we had the forget-me-nots. We had them all. Really? One. Forget-me-not. Maybe we didn't. The forget-me-nots. We didn't do the forget-me-nots. I may have just talked about them. I haven't done 4 cards. For those who chose the forget-me-nots, and I did. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the forget-me-nots. Correct for neutrality. I was able to put my tiger iron on a chain, and it's a great place for it to sit right here, right? I love it. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And the chain that broke, this is it. It's much shorter, so I've got my soulmate pendant on, and it's actually happened for a reason. This draws all kinds of love into me in every way, in every shape, in every form. The pot metal little design that kind of holds the stones together is broken in one spot, and it's loose. So when it was hanging on a chain, I was worried about it falling apart. So it sits here, and it's safe. It's safe right there above my heart, right? Because in all reality, your heart's just right here. It's not down here. This is more going towards almost just above my solar plexus, right? Feelings of self-worth. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the forget-me-nots, excuse me while I just... This is my lip gloss from Sedona that I love. I got at that organic food store that I love. Whole Foods. Lip tint, sun protection, 15. Organic. Waterproof. And tastes like berries. Yummy! Now, I should have put that on after I had a drink of my chia water. My chia lemon water, right? Oh my God, this is amazing. This is a smoothie with all the different fruits and vegetables in it. I put that in there with water and chia seeds and my lemon rind and lemon. Oh my gosh, that's my breakfast. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the forget-me-nots. 2 more I heard. For those who chose the forget-me-nots. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the forget-me-nots. I'm missing my friends in Wisconsin. My Uncle Phil and Ginny. That's his best friend. She's married, but that's his best friend. They all play together in a band. So it's a post about that I shared, and it was about how to get rid of emotional vampires, dodging emotional vampires, how we can be affected in our physical bodies due to the toxic energy and stress we undergo because of the emotional energy vampires. And it's a beautiful, it's incredible. I said listen to it while you multitask, while you're cleaning or whatever, but do listen. Love is wonderful, but not airing dirty laundry, keeping family secrets, not dealing with the BS can end up in tragedy.
So no enabling. Self-love is very important. And no, not all people are good at heart. It's just the way it is. No, they're not. You may be, but they are not all. And self-love is very, very important. Cancer and cancer scares are linked directly to these emotional vampires in your homes. Literally. So the common practice of the energy vampire, after feeding off of you to suck you back in when they catch on that you might leave them. Oh, now they turn on the charm, right? Now they know that you're on your way, but they've sucked you dry into the point where you're falling apart, and now you're going to leave, and then they're going to try and suck you back in again. They have personality disorders, these ones. They have no natural affection. They have an inability to give a shiz about anyone but themselves. Sex being one of the main tools that they use. Another example is a mother who divides her own children by telling each of them that they're special and pitting them against one another. Not like, oh, you're special, you're my favorite, right? They pit each, so that they make the brothers hate each other. But it isn't the brothers, it's the mother that's got the problem. I ended a toxic friendship when I was back in Wisconsin with a person who does exactly this. 1 in 5 people have this condition. I wrote yesterday about spiritual warfare and karmic soulmates. It might have sounded kind of harsh to you that a spiritual teacher and loving empath would post something that sounded so confrontational and aggressive. But it is vital that we are aware enough to protect ourselves as well as to help guide the ones we love to do the same. And my Uncle Phil, who is absolutely my soul family and one of my dearest friends, says, I have known a handful of them. I don't know them anymore. Because they vibrated right out of his frequency, right? He got nailed. My Uncle Phil, this narcissistic, abusive woman, she came along, all right? He introduced her to his friends, and she flirted and pretended to like him, and he did all of this stuff for her. He worked himself to the bone to help her. He liked her. She made it look like she was interested in him. And then she literally said to his face, I don't want to be around. I'm embarrassed to be seen with you, frankly. I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. And I don't want people to think that I would be dating you. So, and I'm just sitting there going, if you had told me that, if I had been here, if I had seen her, I would have gone off. That person has got the biggest heart on the face of the planet, and somebody treated him that way. I said, and then he showed me a picture of her, and I'm just like, wow, you know? It makes me think of that song, if you think you're so beautiful, you need to go love yourself, because clearly you really hate yourself, or you're a narcissistic arsehole because you have zero natural affection. You're just a user, and you're going like that bad girl, right? I'm a bad girl. I'm the seduce your dad girl. I'm make your mom a mad girl. I'm make your girlfriend mad. And oh, why? She's afraid of me? Probably because I'm wearing your cologne. Now, you could be a guy or a girl, right? No thanks. Correct for neutrality. Forget me not. Huh! I'd forget that one in an instant. Just like Uncle Phil. I've known a handful. I don't know them anymore. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Here we go. Cherry on top. Yay! So, you've done so much of the work. You've put a lot into a situation, into a job, into a relationship, into whatever it is that you've worked so hard on yourself. Work so hard on yourself. I've worked really hard on myself. For the last 12, 13 years on my spiritual path, very, very hard I've been working, right? Every single day. And Spirit says, all you have to do is put that final cherry on top of something. What is that? What is it for you? For all of us, it's something different, right? Or it could be the same. But there's one final thing one final commitment that you need to make. Do you need to make that commitment to yourself? Because the last message was about removing yourself from this, right? Knowing that you deserve the best. Removing yourself from toxic people, toxic energy, from abusive self-talk, right? Maybe as you've been going through all of this difficulty, it's felt really bad, but it's actually made you very strong. It's actually elevated you. You've like the butterfly, you've transformed. You've been transforming. And like yesterday, Alice in the Pool of Tears, it's been difficult. Remember I said yesterday, I was talking to a friend, and I said, I've been going through all of what my twin went through. I've been watching it, and I've been feeling it. I've also been going and feeling all of the energy of the people that I work with, because I'm an empath, and this is what I do all day long. It's been very hard for me. And
also working on myself at the same time, dealing with toxic family members and dealing with all kinds of stuff around me. And like I said, toxic friendships that had to go. It's difficult to let go of people that you know, you've got a space in their heart, but you recognize is you don't have a space in their heart. They had a space in your heart. They don't have a heart. And they had to go. So while you're going through these changes, I said, I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress fallout after I've been through it all now, and now I'm just depleted because I have had everything sucked out of me. And I said, I need my twin to show up now. I need him to give me a hug. I need him to be here for me. And then in the reading, the message was, you don't need that man. You don't need anyone. What you need to do is love yourself, right? And it was interesting because I was feeling I was depleted at that moment. I woke up, I'd had dreams that were very sad and very upsetting, and I felt very, very low at that moment. And then I recognized what was happening to my Sammy, to my little baby. And there was all that energy that was pooling in Sammy's tummy. And he's drowning in emotion. And I thought, someone is attached to me. Someone is attached to me, and because someone is attached to me, they're hurting me, and it's hurting my animal. And it's interesting because what I was shown was it wasn't the person that was attached to me, it was the persons that were attached to the person that I'm connected to. And what sucked for me was I needed to detach from that person, the one that I love, because they were allowing themselves to be surrounded by these toxic energy vampires. And I got this message before, that the person in my life felt that they needed to detach from me because I had a dark energy attached to me. And I did. I got rid of that dark energy, right? And if there were any others, we stood up yesterday and we had Archangel Michael cut those cords to anyone that we may not realize still has a negative attachment to you. You may have moved on from that bad girl, but she is emotionally, energetically anchored in to you and is probably anchoring into people that love you. Because that's what's happened to me. I've had all of these vampiric people. There's more than one. I was literally shown 6 that are hating me, that are sending toxic energy, that are lying, manipulating, and gossiping. There's nothing I can do about that except for clear my energy and detach from them, which is why I wear black. No, I'm not wearing the same clothes, but I'm definitely wearing black, right? I'm highlighting it with soft, gentle, loving pink. But I'm wearing protection, and I wear silver for the truth and purifying and cleansing. There's reasons for all of this stuff, right? Not to mention rose quartz, which is what I'm wearing, is the greatest love stone of all, and love is the greatest healer. This bracelet was made for me by my girlfriend Erica, and it's got hematite in it, which is protection and balance. And there's other granite stones, the grounding stones in it as well. So what final cherry on top do you need to do? Do you need to place? Do you need to say something? Do you need to do something? Do you need to end something? Do you need to commit to something? There's one step left that needs to happen. And you may feel that you're never gonna freaking get there. My God, I've had one detour after another. One after another after another. But Spirit says, nope, there's just one final thing. Sometimes it's just standing in your personal power. Sometimes it's saying, you know what? I love myself first. And don't even come into my arena. If you're coming to throw down your Playboy charms and think you're gonna suck me in, that's not gonna happen. You don't know who I am, right? It's self-reliance, it's self-love, it's self-expression, self-freedom. Speak your truth in a loving way. What work do you need to work on? What final thing do you need to do? What final door, I heard just now, what door do you need to close? I know how difficult it is. I did it when I was back home, and it felt awful. But I gotta tell you, the further I got away from there, the more peaceful I felt. It was like when I lived in Sturgeon Bay. The further I would get away from the town, the more peaceful I would get, which told me something, right? I was not meant to be in that town. That's why Spirit told me to go to Sedona. When I get back to Sedona, I feel good. It feels good. When I get to Fallbrook and amongst the trees, it feels fantastic. When I get to Idlewild, I am the happiest. I'm the happiest in the trees, right? In nature. So what final thing do you need to do? Do you need to move? What do you have to do? There's something. Spirit says, something that you think has been eluding you. It's not. There's a lot that you've accomplished. There's a lot that's happened that you're not maybe paying attention to. You might feel like it's years. It's going to be years before this ever happens. And Spirit says, no, that's not the case. It's not the case. It's like all of a sudden, it's that one last thing that did it. It's that one straw that broke the camel's back. Camel. Camel totem. Camel totem. The one final straw that broke the camel's back. Very important to trust your intuition, your own intuition, and your own guidance right now. Pay close attention to what your senses are telling you. Your view will change with every step you take forward. Focus on the positive and leave the rest behind. Somebody can't read you right now. Good. I like that. I don't want you to read me. If you want to know me, come talk to me and be my friend. I don't want you reading me. Your view will change, right? So when we walk away from what doesn't work, all of a sudden things start looking different to us. When we get away, remember I said the farther I drove away from that area, the more peaceful I felt. The farther I got away from that toxic person in my life, the more at peace I felt. It felt sick when I was there. It physically affects your body. You may not know why you've been suffering with cancer. Cancer is toxic energy that has been brewing and feeding on you, and it could have been your own family. So you're reminded that life is always a journey, and it never ends. It continues to go until we go right back into spirit. So embrace the constant changes that surround you at this moment and keep moving forward. So there's two camels. Now, it depends on what comes to you. I'll show you my camel. I found this when I was on the way to Sedona. I took one of my little side journeys. Baby, are you out here? Baby, are you okay? Are you okay? You want to come in? I forgot he was out here. This is the little camel. This is the one that I would see. And it's a one hump camel. I'm going to leave the door open, chicken, so you can come in. I redid my patio. I moved all of my things yesterday in different places so that the hummingbirds, they like to feed off of these flowers. So I elevated them. I brought this over here. And I brought the lion out. And what's interesting to me is, I told you I came in with the lion people. And I knew that there was a lion between my twin and I. But when I placed that lion down, I put all the love in front of that lion. Love. Love your enemy as yourself. This one's been crying. This lion's been crying. Give them love. They need love. That was a side point. Nobody's my enemy, but I've apparently been theirs. Right? Don't fall. Okay, so the one hump camel is what came to me, and it's called the Dromedary Camel. Now, you may have a different one. It depends on what comes. And when it comes to you, it's a sure sign you're doing the right thing. In fact, there's value in trying to accomplish all the things that you're trying to accomplish at this moment. And it's wise for you to continue on this path quickly on this path. Ultimately, the single hump camel meaning is indicating that what you're doing is leading to prosperity, affluence, love, and success. In contrast, the camel may be letting you know that it's time to find your oasis so you can restock and replenish your soul. What did I say? Find your oasis. Where's your oasis? Your oasis could be in the mountains. It could be in the desert. It depends on where you feel at peace. It could be who is your oasis. What is that final commitment that you need to make? Do you need to ask somebody something? Do you need to reach out to somebody? Do you need to come home? What is your final thought? Mine is to leave this place, right? Where is your home? My home is where my heart is. So right now, they're saying that the journey is important, yes, but it's important for you to take time to nurture self-love. That's the most important thing, self-love. Replenish yourself. Get yourself to a place where you're feeling calm and peaceful. And the fact that you're dedicated to your goals and you're focused on where you want to go, that's very, very admirable, but you've got to balance it. You've got to balance it. Remember, it's not all about, as somebody in my life, they're so focused on success, to the exclusion of family, of love, of friendship, of other commitments in their life. And to me, I don't care about your stuff. I don't care about your money. If you come to me, I want to know, are you available to me? I don't want you if you're not available to me. I'm not somebody that's going to cling on you. I'm not somebody that's going to suck your energy. But I'm not interested in somebody who's more interested in their job than in me. So if I'm not a priority for you, keep going. Don't stop this way, right? And I'll be going on my way. So the two-hump camel, if it shows itself to you, when it decides to make an appearance in your life, it's putting you on notice that you've got the ability to navigate whatever the difficulties that you're going through at the time currently are. It's dedicating you or directing you to take a time to focus on what your desired outcomes are and be grateful and be thankful for what it is that you have. And the direction that is best for you now is going to be revealed to you when you're ready. Alternatively, the double hump camel indicates that your determination to reach your desired goal has borne fruit and your migration to a new location in life is in sight. So maybe that's it. Is it time to make a move, right? Whatever this final step that you need to make is. So for those of you with the Dromedary Camel, which is me, right? You know how to use your resources frugally when necessary. You always have something hidden away to tide you through a rough patch. Your hidden resources, internal fuel, work ethic, commitment, and positivity will see you through any hardship or calamity. Folks with this camel spirit animal have a dry sense of humor. They're also self-sufficient and love to travel to remote places. You can carry heavy burdens with stability, focus, and sheer willfulness. That's me. If the Bactrian camel is your spirit animal, you're highly adaptable to extreme weather, terrain, and change. You are fearless within life of constant change, movement, and sudden losses. However, your determination to win no matter what also brings prosperity to all of the people close to you. People with a Bactrian camel are always happy to serve. So there's a part of that as well. So as far as the cherry on top, if you feel like it's way too far, that last step is just taking too long, the finishing it's finishing touches, maybe something that you need to readjust, something you need to look at from a different perspective. One final thing, but everything is going to fall into place. And all of a sudden, that one final light bulb moment, that epiphany, that one final step, that one final thing that happens, this is going to be your falling tower. Falling towers are also positive, right? And if it seems too good to be true, Spirit says, don't worry about it. It's going to happen. And maybe sometimes we feel like it happens for everybody else, but it never happens for me. Always a bride, never a bridesmaid, right? Get invited to everybody's wedding, but you're never the one who gets asked. Maybe, is that your story? Somebody else is, their businesses are going like gangbusters and you're like struggle, but you're going to do it. You're going to do it. So much of the work has been done already. So don't give up before your miracle. You're wasting time if you give up now. You've wasted all of that you've put in. Do not give up is the message. All right, you guys, that's our reading. I'm going to wrap it up right now because I got to get to work. So I hope that was helpful for you. I love you. And if anybody would like help with a private reading, I would be honored. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. If you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. If this was helpful for you, please click like. Subscribe button right there will notify you when new videos come up. And share the messages, share the videos with other people that you feel could use that. Share them on your Facebook pages. I'd like to grow this channel. That was one of my intentions. I would like to grow this channel. I'm noticing, actually, I've listened to some other readers, and what I've noticed is quite interesting. They are one by one, the ones that I like anyway, the ones that I've been drawn to, have stopped doing Zodiac. And the ones that are still doing Zodiac and still doing Tarot have consistently been saying in their readings, this is not a guarantee. Tarot is just for fun. No one can predict the future. I'm in no way endorsing that this is going to happen. If it happens, great. That's wonderful. And I thought, so basically it's just entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is information and information that you need in order to move forward on your path. So this is very vital information. So I want this channel to grow. And if you guys would share and spread the channel, that would help more people to be helped in a way that's not just entertainment, right? It's about learning what we need to do in order to move forward in our path. All right, you guys, I love you. Talk soon. Bye.